block.
Hey, Rufus. Is your mom here?
I'm not supposed to tell strangers when I'm home alone, but you're a friend, so my mom isn't here.
Please tell her to call me as soon as possible, okay?
I can do that. Do you want me to tell her that you seem upset?
No, not necessary. Hey, did you get that action figure you left at my house?
No, ma'am. All my troops are present and accounted for.
Got it. Thanks, Rufus.
Welcome to Meet the Diz. Okay, today we have an incredible actor, a young and talented actor, singer, advocate. He is one of the stars of Lock and Key. His resume is like popcorn right now. I'm just gonna introduce him. Kobe Bird. Kobe Bird.
Hey everyone. Good to see you, David. It's been so long.
I know, it's been, we're all in our little seclusion areas right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've been in Hawaii for a couple of months, and we've been just been with family. So it's good to see it. So it's good to see all my friends back in the mainland.
Yes. Thank God for Zoom, huh?
Oh yes, it's perfect for everything that's been going on. It's our go-to thing to use.
Yeah. Right. I was said on a couple of shows ago, I was saying, oh yeah, I said Skype, and I said, oops, I'm cheating on Zoom a little. So, I mean, let's start. When did you know you wanted to be an actor, a singer, a performer?
I've always loved movies as a kid. I've always been a movie kid, TV kid, and I've always really wanted to be on the screen because I thought, hey, I want to do that. I've loved movies all my life, and I've always wanted to be in something like Star Wars, and in that kind of vicinity. But growing up, as I was going on stage and everything, and doing everything there, and actually being in small part movies and everything, I realized, yeah, I want to do this now because it's something that's helping me come out of my shell. So that's when I knew that I wanted to act, because it's something that I felt comfortable with. It's something I wanted to do. It's something I wanted to look forward to doing as I grew up. So it definitely when I was around still a kid, I knew, yeah, I definitely 100% want to do this.
And you sing too. I mean, you do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love to sing.
I was looking on the internet and I heard you sing. And I said, I love his voice.
Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. If you keep on going and you just keep doing it, you can do it. You can do it if you try.
Right here.
You can do it. Yes, you can do it. If you keep on going and you just keep doing it through it, and do it by and by. When the game just get it straight, just relax, blood and crate, learning how to happen right away. No, it won't. Get mad, it will turn out fine. I just take a little try, but before you know it, you'll be doing great.
Thank you so much.
Oh, of course. Thank you. Now, where were you born? Where did you grow up?
I was born in California. I was born in San Juan Capistrano. It's over by it's over in Orange County, and I was born there. But pretty much, I grew up in Los Angeles, and yeah.
Nice. So, what was your first Yeah, actually, I was thinking when you were saying it, just hit me again. What was the first movie you ever saw? Because I know you were really. Do you remember?
Oh man, honestly, I think the first movie I ever saw was like when I was around 3. But a lot of the movies I remember growing up were Disney movies, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, all the classics. But one of the earliest movies I remember watching was Finding Nemo. That was one of my early movies. I love all of those films, but I love pretty much everything from the 80s and 70s. I love all of those classic films. I love TV. One of my very favorite TV shows right now is Star Trek. I've been getting into Star Trek, and I've been just watching. I've been watching all the classics and everything because that's something I've been doing while I'm quarantining. So definitely I've been watching all the classics and just getting nostalgic. It's
right.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my big hobbies to do.
I have to say, one of my favorite TV shows right now, and it's going to be a classic, Lock and Key.
Oh, I knew it.
I love it.
I agree with you. It's.
Oh my God, I was, and we'll get to that later as well, but I was online and I just put the trailer on because I just started watching it last week, and I got all these comments about, oh my God, how great it is, and is there going to be a second season? And my brother said, oh, I saw that like months ago. I binge watched it in Thailand. So it was like, you're all over the world.
Oh yeah. Mia Sai being in the show, it's a fantastic show. It's just, I'm a ginormous fan of the comic book that it's based on. When I got the audition, I was pretty ecstatic about it because I was already a huge fan of the story, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna be in Lock. Wait, hold on. If I get this, I'm gonna be in an adaptation of one of my very favorite comic books of all time. Oh my goodness, what's happening to me? So I was super excited about doing the show, and when I booked it, I was just I can't explain with words about how excited I was.
Okay. Hi, Kobe.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Well, good. I think you're going to be better. April Webster loved you so much she kept fighting for you, and you've got the recurring role on Lock and Key.
What do you think? I got it. You got it, bud.
I got it.
You got it.
Oh my God.
Are you excited?
Oh my God.
So seeing all the sets while I was filming and everything, so fantastic.
Oh,
It felt like a graphic novel coming to life. It was just so amazing to experience. It really was.
It's so interesting when you go after your dream, when you say, this is what I want to do with my life, and you just go, that focus of just doing it. And it seems like you're that kind of person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, jumping to my first movie I ever saw was Walt Disney's Peter Pan.
Oh, Peter Pan. That's a good one. That's a good one.
And I feel like I am in a way. So
I love all the old ones. I love all the classic Disney movies. Oh, so good.
So tell me about Speechless. How was it? How did it feel to work on that show? You have so many great shows.
That was actually my first professional job. It was the first time I was on a TV show. I actually remember my mom calling me from Costco and saying, like, oh yeah, you're gonna get a trailer. You're gonna do makeup and stuff. So just be prepared. And I was just saying to myself, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be on a TV show. What? I was so happy about it, and I was just so. I never anticipated something so much because I got that 2 days before filming. So the day after we did what's the word dress. We did my clothes and everything. So doing all that was pretty awesome. But actually working was fantastic. And it was the first time I really got to see everything outside of the scene. Like knowing about the cameras and and the sound booms and everything like that, and learning about what they did like during the scene and standards and everything. So it was the first time I really ever got to it was my gateway into knowing of what the process of filming was like. So seeing all that come together was pretty fantastic. But it was a great week because I really had fun with everything I did. But just meeting everyone and the cast was just so great to be with. Like they were just some really great people. So and we already watched the show before. So I already knew some of the actors. So the first day I was on there, I was just shaking like so much because I was just so excited. So, and my dad was like, "Oh, are you okay?" No, I'm just cold. But I was just so nervous and just so excited because I was thinking to myself, "What's gonna happen? What am I doing?" So, yeah,
Taking the ride.
That truly was a great. So that truly was my first great experience into doing filming. So that really was a fantastic thing.
Right. You know, I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm just like going, yeah, he's going to be directing soon, too. It's like I was watching what was going on. You're going to like, do you have a craving to direct one day?
One of my big things actually is writing. I've been writing this big story. I've been writing this big 8-book long series on my phone for almost a year. And it's been something I've been just working on, like, but it's a big character-based story, but I've been working on it for almost a year. It's something I've been really like focusing on, like writing the characters, the story, mostly the characters, because the characters are a big part of that story. So I've been really just like going deep into those characters and really just writing like writing monologues and getting a feel of the personality. But I've always wanted to. But one of my big hobbies is writing it, and that's just something I've been doing for fun.
Wow. So you've been writing for a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love to write. It's a blast.
Oh my God. Yeah. Now, what about The Good Doctor and Freddie Highmore? What is it? What's important about that show to you?
The Good Doctor was the show where I really had. It was the first time I actually had a challenge with filming with my character, because the character Liam, he was a character who had autism but who also needed more support, and I was definitely the exact opposite of that. And I knew back then I was a lot like Liam. I didn't have any I barely had any language, and even when I spoke, it wasn't what came out of my head. And I had major sensory issues, meltdowns, just everything I went through. And I always had these huge headphones wherever I went to, because the noise was so much for me. So I took my past self and put it into the character of Liam, and I kind of mirrored myself from back then and put him into that character. So because with Liam, even though I had lines, I also had to use my body, and I had to use my body and my face and my eyes and my expression, because that was a much bigger part of this character. So I really had to go deep into that kind of thing. So the lines were just a side. So the lines were just a side dish. It was the main dish was the movement and everything. So I really had to focus on that aspect, and definitely that was where I felt that definitely was one of my most challenging, yet one of my favorite jobs, because it was just so consistent.
For the laparoscopy, we need to make 4 small incisions in his stomach.
I don't need to do it. I don't need to do it.
Liam, you do need to.
I don't need to.
If you could just hold still for a second, Liam.
The bus driver lets me off. I get lost.
You're safe now.
I get lost. I'm hungry. I can't make food. Can't do bath. Don't need to do it. Can't do food. Can't put on clothes. Can't do bus.
I took the bus. I got off at the wrong stop. I got scared, but then I found my way. I did an MRI, and a man got hurt. I made a mistake. I make a lot of mistakes. You tried to walk. You made a mistake. But mistakes are good. You should make more. You're like me.
Everyone there was just fantastic. The crew is just so good. They knew I had autism, and they made sure I had what I needed. They knew I had a gluten dairy free diet, so allergy, and so they made me like these gluten free sandwiches, like these paninis and these grilled cheese sandwiches, and they knew that I was that I had autism. So they said, if you need a break, just let me know. We can take a break, and you can take 5. Just do what you need to do, and then when you're ready, just let us know. So they really were sincere about that. So that was fantastic. And Freddie Highmore is just one of the most kind people on this earth. One of the most kindest people on the earth, because he's the kind of person who remembers who talks about something that happened a year ago. That's how much he cares, because he really was that kind of person that really just cared about you. And I really thought he portrayed someone on the spectrum perfectly. Like he definitely hit those marks, and I thought to myself, okay, that definitely is a great role for him. But yeah, and also Nick Gonzalez, who played Dr. Mendelis. He's like a big brother to me. He's so supportive, and he's so supportive, and he always has been. He's always been a great friend to me. So, right. So getting to meet everyone was just fantastic. So I was definitely thankful of that experience, because that was one of my because actually that was one of my favorite times of working on the show.
And you know, it was great to listen about how we got a taste of how you approach a character too. And I feel like it's different for every character, huh? Or how do you approach a character when you're acting?
I love character. I've always loved the idea of a character. If there was a character I would relate to, I would bring all my past stuff, like with Liam. I would bring all the things that were me into that character, but also not make it to where it's too much like me, because I still want the character to be special and original, and I want that to be a really important part of that character. So that's what I would do. So, and then if there was a character who was the exact opposite of me, I would try my best to be that different person, because when I'm acting, I'm not playing myself. I'm playing this character. I'm not Kobe Bird playing Kobe Bird. I'm Kobe Bird playing this so character. So that's what I always went into when I would do a job, or when I was doing a movie or a TV show. So that really was one of the things I would always look into when I was acting.
Right. You know, and you're such a true advocate. I see you on the carpet. You interview people as well. So it seems like. Yeah. And your advocacy. Would tell us more about why that is what is the biggest fire inside of you?
The biggest fire inside of me is just being the voice for people who don't have a voice, for telling people, for showing people that even though they have autism or any other disability, or if they just feel like they've been marginalized their whole life, just to let them know that, hey, you know what, just because you feel this way doesn't mean you can't follow that specific thing you want to follow. So I want to be that voice for people, because I want to be able to bring that part. I want to be able to bring that soul into people, and to bring that fire into people, to show them that, yeah, you can do this. It's no matter what, it's never going to bring you down. And also and also is to show the people who have always seen the negative parts in me that I can show that I can prove them wrong and show them, hey, you know, I can do this. It's not hard for me. Yeah.
This is wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you have such a powerful voice now, and you're using it so powerfully.
Absolutely.
Now, Lock and Key. I mean, how is it to work with Darby Stanchfield?
Darby Stanchfield is not only one of the most talented actresses I've ever worked with, but she also is just one of the most beautiful human beings on this earth. Like she is the kind of person that she always came to me, not to my mom. She always came to speak to me, and she always brought me into the conversation whenever I felt left out. And she just was someone that she also was someone that just truly cares about the people she knows. And one of the most amazing things she's done was after filming Lock and Key, after we wrapped up the first season, I was pretty sad because obviously it was the end to everything, and I was sad to see everything go. And what she did was she didn't have my mom. She sent me this text message, and it was about transitioning out of your character and putting and moving on, because truly when you're saying goodbye, you're never truly saying goodbye, because when you're wrapping up, whenever she would wrap up, she would just say see you later, because that meant that we would meet again. But one of the big things was when you're wrapping out of a show, you're saying goodbye to your character, but not forever. You're just putting him into your pocket for later. So when it's finally the time, you can I'm bringing back and be that character. So she really was just so caring about that, and I still have that message with me because it definitely was great advice for me for the future. So that was just an amazing moment that I had, and everyone else in the crew, in the casting crew, were like family. Seeing us from the beginning go from not really knowing each other from the ending to being a full-on family of friends was just fantastic, and it really was one of the first shows I really was a part of from beginning to end, because the two other shows I did were guest starring roles. So I was already in a show when the family was already established. But being on Lock and Key, I was with this family from beginning to end, and we got to experience everything together. So that really was an amazing experience, and just they're really good people. And we still talk, we still keep in touch, and it's so amazing because I never thought I'd be in a family like that. So that definitely was that definitely is something I'm truly thankful for.
Oh, that's wonderful. How about you, Darby? How is it working with
Darby?
Hi. I've been
Hi, good to
listening
see you. Long time no see. Oh my goodness.
No, I listened to everything you said. You remembered everything, and you just made me so grateful to have
I
gotten
miss you so much.
I can't see you again.
I can't wait to see you again. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But we've been in good touch, so you know, it's
Oh.
be able to just pick right back up, right?
Have you been? How's quarantining going?
Well, I'm doing like they're astronauts. You know, I have my schedule.
Yeah. I saw. I read that.
Yes. Sure. So it's been a busy day. I've exercised. I read the news. I did my emails. I talked to my husband. I did a load of laundry. I've had lunch. So, you know, it's been a good day.
That's amazing. Oh, it's so good to see you again.
Yeah.
It really is.
This is what I love. I love to see this. This is what what I consider family. You see this connection,
Absolutely.
this love that's going on that we all need right now at this time in history.
Absolutely.
And this is what brings me joy. What brings you both joy?
Wow. Well, what about you, Kobe? Do you want to answer first, or should I?
There's a lot of things that bring me joy. My family, my friends, being with everyone, just movies, books, everything. But one of the main things that bring me joy is bringing everyone together and getting them joy themselves. My uncle who just recently passed, who was like a grandfather to me. He always was known for bringing people together and filling people with joy. And I want to bring that same joy to everyone because I want to show them that, like I was saying earlier.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
I'm just going to piggyback on what you said about how you like to bring that joy and bringing everybody together. And this sort of goes along with what you just said, and also answers the question about what I like about working with you is, Kobe, I mean, not only were you a fan favorite, are you a fan favorite on the show, but that's a quality that you brought to our show. I think, whether it's in social media or it's just the way that you interact with everybody, you treat everybody the same with importance and respect, and you're kind to everybody. And that is a form of bringing people together. And that really was noticed on set. And I mean, every time I see someone from our show, like on social media, especially, where we sort of all are, and I see them make a comment to you, I mean, everybody loves you, and they love you for that reason. You're a people person, and you're you just really let your light shine. And I gotta say, you were just like this bright shining light last season in our cast, and will continue to be when you come back. And
I can't wait. I can't wait for
yeah.
that. I can't wait
So
for us
that
to be all
thing that
together.
it really makes everybody else happy too. And I've noticed it, even if it was like informally, just in the way that you interact with people, you have that spirit.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jovi.
Yeah.
That really means a lot to me.
I have to say, this show is on fire. I mean, I was telling Kobe before that I just put the trailer on my new favorite show. Everybody started writing on the wall, and even my brother said, "I saw it in Thailand." We like all in pretty much one sitting.
Oh, it's such a good show. It really is. It really is.
Comic books, right?
Oh
Kobe?
yeah, the comic books are just they're amazing.
They're amazing. You could sit for hours and look at those.
It's
Meredith Averill and Carlton Cuse, they did a really nice job, didn't they, bringing this adaptation to Netflix. And it's it's a family show. Like
really
everybody
is.
watch it, but it still has all the suspense and intrigue and mystery. And all the money they spent on the special effects, so they're big fantasy.
Oh yes.
And
I mean, it's like a film. You go to the theater, anyway. It is. Oh, it's so great.
Well, Kobe, didn't you feel like we were shooting movies? I felt like we shot 10 movies.
It really is, yeah. Being on set, even in the house, like even on the soundstage, it just seeing everything was just so fantastic. I loved seeing all the sets and everything. Oh, it was so cool. I loved it. I really did.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Kobe, what was your favorite? It's not my interview, but I have a quick question.
I love it. Go.
Favorite scene? Did you have a favorite scene that you shot last year? Like a favorite favorite moment?
My favorite moment on that set was the ending scene on episode 9 where I stabbed Lucas because that was my first kind of stunt in a way. So and it didn't fully transition in the actual scene on the show, but
Yeah.
but everything was so dark in that house that it was just so quiet. And then hearing Felix, who played Lucas, who was just so fantastic as Lucas.
He was so good.
But this is perfect.
Did you have a stunt double, or did you do it all yourself?
I did. Yes, I did. I only did the turning around, but I didn't actually go to the table because I obviously didn't be able to do that. But yeah, but
Doubles are good.
Yeah, sure.
But
Yes, we all had them. I had one too. Yes.
But slowly, like just hearing him talk, I felt genuinely scared of him, and that was I was so scared, and I know just stay as Rufus. Don't go out of character. Stay as Rufus. I was trying so hard not to stay out of character because I was just so genuinely terrified of him because he was just so good at that. And finally, when I made my way behind the table by the screwdriver, I was like, okay, they want me to be quick. But the thing was they kept putting it. They put it in a different direction. So since it was a quick movement, I had to turn it around quickly and then jab it at him. But doing that, I felt like literally I was in the house like trying to defend my mom. Like it was so tense, but it was one of my favorite scenes just filming. It was such a blast to do that scene. It really was.
Really, that's like you can add that to your repertoire that you've done like an action sequence now.
Absolutely,
You know,
yeah.
like
It was so fun.
I mean, Lock and Key has so much action. I was explaining to someone how physically demanding it was, right? Compared to say like The Good Doctor or something where it would be, it might be a little bit more intellectual or a little bit more. This one you're running around with Bodhi.
And to watch you both talk about it is like reliving it. You're living it.
It's a blast. It really is. Yeah, and I loved one of my favorite part. But yeah, moving around and doing those sets were really cool because I really felt like I was doing everything. But yeah, it was the first time I was really outside, outside in a location, just doing everything. It felt so cool just to do all these new things because acting, because in acting, when you're doing more scenes, you're doing all these new things and doing those new things actually they're the fun part of that because you're actually transitioning to that movement. So it truly was fantastic. It really was.
Yeah.
And Vincenzo, the director, who was teaching me the blocking and everything, he was so good with that, and it was just so amazing to just learn all of those new things because I thought to myself, like, hold on, I'm doing a stunt, and then they told me I have a double, and I thought, okay, good. I just wanted to clarify that, but I was so nervous, but that night we did it, I never had so much fun acting. It was such a blast. It really was. And the best part about that was I had no lines. So like I was saying with the body movement and everything, I really was going for that the most because I barely had it because I didn't have a single line in that. So I had to use my face and everything to show that I was that was the development of Rufus. He goes from being scared to actually brave and actually defending his mom.
Yeah, and doesn't. Yeah. Yes.
And that whole scene clarified it. So I had so much fun with that development for that character. It was so good. It really was.
And it's amazing, isn't it? How when you act in a scene like that, that it can take as much out of you not saying words.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Without a doubt.
I'm watching both of you, and you both have such a light within you. I mean, Kobe, I've known you for years, and I actually, I mean, Darby, I met you on the set. I don't know if you remember of Nip Tuck. I was Blair Kingston's coach. So from that day on, you have this glow about you. You have this heart, and both of you have this beautiful heart that you don't always see in Hollywood, quote, or even in the world. So it's so loving to see that and have that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And you went to ACT too?
Yes, I'm an ACT alum.
Yay. I grew up in the Bay Area and I went there for their summer congress.
Oh, yes. Great program.
Yeah.
That's great. I have to jump off here. But
yes.
I just It was
Oh, thank you
nice
so much
to
for coming
join your
on.
interview, and Kobe, it was so great to see you in
Likewise.
fully in action in your interview, and thanks you guys for having me on.
Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
I'm
Darby.
so happy. I'm so happy for you coming on. Really, it's a treat. It really is.
Good.
Miss
Okay,
you
I'm gonna
time.
get back to quarantining. Time for my next thing.
Like an astronaut.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that was amazing. Thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, of course.
Really.
So you were surprised?
Oh, absolutely. That came out of nowhere. but I love surprises. So that definitely was pretty fantastic.
Good. Well, I loved how you were describing her, and she was just like taking it all in. And, again, I've said this once, twice, this interview and other interviews, but you could see the family, you could see the love, and it's so
Absolutely.
amazing to see this happen. And that's what's going to change the world, right?
Absolutely. Bringing that joy into everybody and showing that, that light is what makes people so special. And I want to bring that into everybody so they can finally see what it is.
Yeah. Well, you're doing that. You're doing
Absolutely.
that. One other question. Do you think that Hollywood is opening up to expanding their possibility?
It hasn't. It's starting to, but it hasn't fully yet. But with people like Gail, with Gail Williamson, my agent, who's just been working so hard and working so much to get to that point, I really think that it definitely will happen. But also one of the very big things is this is a story I tell a lot, but it's a big moment in my life, and it made me realize that I wanted to be an advocate. And I was doing an audition way back when I was 3 years ago, and it was more of like an interview. It was more of an interviewing audition, but one of the main questions was who is a role model that is just like you, that is in your profession. And I thought to myself, there really isn't anybody. Do you know any professional actors on the spectrum who have dealt with autism their entire life and actually grew up with it and actually have a voice for everyone? There really isn't anyone like that. And I realized that there really aren't any voices like that out there. So I want to be that voice for people who don't have the voice. That I want to be one of those people who say, hey, I have autism. I've dealt with it my entire life. I wanted to act. People told me I couldn't. I said, you know what? I don't care if that happens. I'm still gonna follow. I'm still following my dream. And look at me now. It was definitely a challenge, but I did it, and it was worth the challenge. It definitely was. And I know that you can do it. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if people tell you you can't do it or talk down to you. You can still pursue that dream no matter what people say. And like I was saying, I've known a lot of people growing up who have seen all the negative parts of me, and I want to prove them that, and I want to prove them wrong and show them that I can do this. And you are doing it. You are doing it. And I think with voices like I think with voices like me, I think people like me who have that voice, I think definitely I think the more voices we have, definitely I think authentic roles will definitely start happening a lot more. And also not having roles with people who, and not having roles with characters who have disabilities, but actually having roles but actually just having a normal role. Like I could just play a nerdy teen or a main character in a big movie. So it really depends. But I think definitely one of my big goals is to play a character who isn't on the spectrum, because I want to show I want to do the best I can with that challenge to play that character, because because I never wanted to be identified, because I never wanted to be defined by my disability. I want to be defined as just someone who's an actor who also so happens to have autism. But that actor template overshadows the autism. One of my big goals is to be someone, is to play someone who doesn't have autism.
And you will be playing role after role after role because you're incredible. You really
Absolutely.
are. And I look forward to seeing you and Rufus much more. Rufus Whedon.
Oh, I'm so excited. Rufus Whedon.
Mm-hmm.
10-4, man.